Everyone thinks a strong empire guarantees strong money. They're catastrophically wrong. For centuries, the Roman denarius was the bedrock of an empire, a silver coin that facilitated trade from Hadrian's Wall to the deserts of Egypt. It wasn't just currency, it was a symbol of Rome's power, its stability, and its economic reach. Its purity was largely unquestioned, its value trusted across vast distances, connecting disparate economies under a single unifying standard. But this foundation, once so solid, would eventually begin to erode, almost imperceptibly at first. Introduced around 211 BC, the early denarius was a substantial piece of money, typically weighing around 4-5 grams and containing nearly 98% pure silver. This high silver content gave it intrinsic value and fostered immense confidence. Soldiers received their pay in denarii, taxes were collected in them. It became the default medium of exchange, simplifying transactions and enabling the vast economic engine of the Roman world to churn efficiently, fueling its expansion and prosperity. However, maintaining this purity was expensive. As the empire grew, so did its need for funds to pay armies, build infrastructure, and fund lavish projects. Mining new silver was costly and finite. Faced with constant financial strain, emperors began a practice known as debasement. Instead of minting new coins with pure silver, they started mixing base metals, primarily copper, into the alloy. Nero, around 64 AD, initiated some of the earliest significant debasements, reducing the silver content from nearly 98% to about 90%. Subsequent emperors continued this trend, often out of necessity. By the reign of Septimius Severus at the turn of the 3rd century, the denarius contained less than 50% silver. The outward appearance of the coin remained largely the same, but its actual value diminished with each new issue. The public wasn't oblivious. Merchants and citizens started hoarding older, purer coins, a phenomenon known as Gresham's law. Bad money drives out good. They preferred to spend the debased currency and save the more valuable silver. This led to rampant inflation. Prices for goods and services soared as people demanded more of the less valuable coins to compensate for their reduced purchasing power. The economy began to destabilize. By the mid-3rd century, during the crisis of the 3rd century, the denarius had become a mere token, often containing less than 5% silver. Some issues were essentially copper coins with a thin silver wash. Trust in the currency evaporated. Trade became difficult, often reverting to barter. The economic turmoil contributed significantly to political instability, as emperors struggled to finance their armies and maintain control amidst widespread discontent. Attempts were made to reform the currency, most notably by Diocletian and Constantine, introducing new, purer gold and silver coins like the solidus. These efforts brought some temporary stability, but the damage to the denarius and the broader Roman economy was profound. Its debasement serves as a stark historical example of how the erosion of a currency's intrinsic value can undermine an entire economic system, with far-reaching consequences for an empire. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe for more explorations into the fascinating history of money and its impact on civilizations. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.